Hey everyone! So this is my first YouTube video and I'm making it because today is Friday, February 3rd and I have been one whole week raw today and I'm really excited about that because that's awesome. I can't believe that I started this and stuck it out. I decided that I want to make a YouTube channel to document my transition, and also I started posting on my Facebook about just my diet that I was on and why I was doing it, and everyone that was on my Facebook, my friends, just random people that I'm friends with on Facebook for some reason, everyone started kind of getting interested and intrigued and inspired to get healthy, and so I'm making this channel for myself as well as for them so they can follow along, because they've been so supportive of me and that's been incredible and amazing and I appreciate it so much. Just for anybody else out there who is starting to go raw, and you know, the people out there who were the raw vegans long before me are the people that have inspired me, and so I'm hoping that through this I can inspire other people as well. So I guess I'll just do a little Q&A about my first week going raw, and then yeah. I basically started researching raw food veganism about a year and a half ago, a little bit over that, because I had just recently moved out of my parents' house and I was living in a place where I didn't really have permanent, like, convenient access to a stove. So I had a little microwave and a little, like, tiny refrigerator. So I couldn't really even, like, put frozen pizzas or really anything, you know, like typical food that you eat when you're in your 20s and you are moving out of your parents' house for the first time. I also started, I would just, you know, buy like Hot Pockets and then take them home and heat them up. Or I was a waitress at Olive Garden and I was eating a lot of food from Olive Garden. I never really had a really good diet even when I lived with my parents, but I was definitely eating a lot more balanced, and I wasn't eating as much junk food. My parents would make meals that we would eat, so I was eating, you know, meat, potatoes, and a vegetable. When I moved out, I just started feeling like I was definitely, like, malnourishing myself. I was eating food, but I wasn't getting nutrients. We were pretty poor, so I didn't think that we could afford to eat that much fruits and vegetables, but he knew of this fruit market where you can buy like just tons of fruits and vegetables for really cheap, and it's not organic, all of it, some of it is, but I mean, when you're poor and you want to get the nutrients in you, you can't afford to be picky, right? That's what we started eating, and you get so much of it for such a small price that you kind of have to buy it in bulk. And so we'd go and we'd spend like maybe $50 and we would have so much fruits and vegetables that's just what we started eating, because we could just keep it in our living space and we didn't have to worry about cooking it. And I started dropping pounds really fast on that, and I was eating a lot. You know, I've always eaten a lot. I'm overweight for a reason, you know, but I was eating more food than I normally did when I was eating more junk food, and I couldn't keep the pounds on, and everyone's like, why are you losing weight? And I was like, I don't really know. And you know, I knew I was eating healthier, but I still was eating Olive Garden. I was still eating ramen noodles. You know, I would eat Olive Garden like 2 times a week, but within the 4 months that I was eating those fruits and vegetables, I lost 60 pounds, and I was eating all the time. I started kind of looking into it when that first started happening, because I thought like maybe I was sick or something, because I had always heard that it doesn't really matter, you know, where you get your calories. Calories are calories, and if you are eating an abundance of calories, you can't lose weight, or you'll gain weight, or whatever the case may be. I also knew I was eating a lot of carbohydrates, which I had heard, you know, like growing up, we went on the Atkins diet once, and you know, I had in my head like, oh, the calories are the bad things and the calories are what make you fat and all that kind of stuff. So I definitely wasn't trying to lose weight when I started doing that. And then I started looking it up, and I came across raw food veganism. You know, I wasn't technically a vegan at the time, but I was dropping pounds, and that was really, really amazing. And then when I ended up moving back into my parents' house, I started putting the weight back on, and it came back on just as fast as it went off. I mean, I gained back all the 60 pounds that I lost because I went just back on the regular diet. The first time that I went on that diet, it wasn't intentional for me. I just was trying to nourish myself. And this time around is a lot different. I never stopped researching it, and so I learned a lot. And I always knew that at some point I wanted to get back on this, but I was also unemployed. I couldn't afford to buy my own food, and I started my new job like 2 months ago. And so last week was the day. Last week Friday was the day. I didn't even plan it really necessarily. Last week Friday I went to Arby's, and I ate mozzarella sticks and curly fries, and I ate roast beef sandwich, and I was kind of like, you know what, maybe tomorrow I'm gonna just go to the fruit market, because I had my paycheck that day, and I was like, I'm just gonna go to that fruit market and buy all kinds of fruits and veggies, and I'm gonna do this raw food vegan. I did it. Overnight I didn't wean myself off cooked foods. I did it overnight, and I feel amazing. It's been an awesome week. My whole life has transformed in a week, and it's really, really incredible and fantastic, and I knew it was going to be good. I didn't know it was going to be this good. I'm going to stick with this. I've had some cravings for cooked foods and non-vegan foods. I do now live with my family, and they are on a standard American diet, and they cook food and I smell it, and it smells delicious. But I don't, you know, I'm not like sitting in my bedroom thinking, oh my god, I want some pizza, oh, I want some ice cream. You know, the other day I came home, I was at my friend's house, and we had like this whole big thing. Like I went to the fruit market and brought her all these fruits and veggies, and then we made green smoothies, and I came home and my dad was pulling pizza out of the oven, and it was pepperoni pizza, and it was frozen pizza, but it was the not so cheap kind, so it looked really good and it smelled really good, and I was thinking, I can have a piece of pizza, it'll be fine. And I was like, no, like at that point I had already been like 4 days raw, and I was feeling amazing already. I felt incredible, and I knew it was because of the food I was eating, and I knew if I ate that pizza it wouldn't make me probably feel complete crap, but I just didn't want it, but it smelled really good. So I stuck my nose in there, I was like, and my dad and my brother were watching me, they were like, I was satisfied by the smell of it alone. And then I pretty much was like, okay, I'm done. And really, I guess if I start craving cooked foods, I just assume that I'm hungry and I need to eat. And I eat my fruits and vegetables, and then I feel fine. It passes. Discipline and self-control is not something that I ever, never, ever would have used to describe myself. And I don't think that anybody who knows me well would have described me that way either. I don't really miss those foods because, I mean, like I said before, I don't really want them anymore. I'm not preoccupied with food like I was before. And honestly, at one point, way before I ever heard of raw veganism, I was like thinking like I was a food addict. You know, I was like, seriously, I called a lady from Overeaters Anonymous. It was just like, why am I was just always thinking about food. I was just like, I would eat dinner and then like I could just keep eating. I would eat and then like an hour later my friend would be like calling me up like, hey, you wanna go get some food? I'd be like, yeah, I wanna get some food. Like, I felt full. I never felt satisfied. It was because I wasn't getting nutrients. I wasn't eating the right food. And now that I'm getting the nutrients and I'm eating the right food, I eat as much as I want. And, you know, sometimes I have to, like, remind myself to eat. I actually get hunger pains, you know, and I'll be like, oh, it's time to eat. And I don't always wait till I'm physically hungry to eat, but that never happened to me before. I'm nourished. My body is nourished. I'm feeling healthy. And so I'm not constantly thinking about food. I don't miss the cooked foods at all. I have noticed so many positive changes. You can probably tell I'm really energetic right now, really bubbly, really happy, really like just I feel amazing, and anyone can tell you that last week before I went raw, I was not like this, okay? I work as a receptionist and I would have to, like, you know, that's part of my job, is to be like, hi, how are you? And I would, but it was fake. It was not sincere. And, you know, yesterday I went to work, and I was like, hey, how's your day? I work in a nursing home, and some of the residents there, they were, you know, they were like, what's wrong with you? Because, you know, they know that I'm nice. I've always been a kind person to strangers, but I've never been like, run! Like, I'm just happy. I'm just happy to be alive, and I feel really amazing. So that's been the biggest positive change. I have lost weight. I have lost 13 pounds in a week. That is just, that's just one little tiny thing. Other positive changes I've noticed is my skin is so, like, it's clearing up. I mean, I don't know if you can tell on this camera, because I know this camera isn't the best, but I mean, I have somewhere on my face, I don't know, right here, I have a little zit, and you can see now I'm closer. My skin's not perfect, and some of it is just, you know, up until, like, last week, I had zits on my face, and when I was in high school, I never got zits. I never washed my face in high school, and I had pretty clear skin. Once I went raw, and then went off raw, the first time, that's when my acne started, and it never went away. And my skin was red and blotchy, and I mean, I have I think some scarring, some of my acne is still healing up, but I don't have zits on my face. And like 2 weeks ago, my face was all zitty, and like my mom looked at me and she's like, what's wrong with your face? Like, it's going away. And in addition to that, my skin is so soft. I noticed that today. I've been overweight since I was in 3rd grade, since I started puberty when I was 8 years old. I was really skinny before that, and then once I hit puberty, I just like blew up like a balloon, and like you can tell my 2nd grade school picture, I'm like skinny and cute, and then my 3rd grade school picture, I have like a double chin, and it's bad. No, I don't know what changed. It's just my puberty, my body changed, and I started putting on weight, and I've been fat ever since. My skin, you know, I have fat rolls. I have plenty of fat rolls. I've got stretch marks when I was in elementary school, you know, because I had gained weight so fast in such a short amount of time. Like on my arms, I have them on my breasts, I have them on my torso, on my stomach. Anyone who's fat, overweight, or has stretch marks, you know, like the cellulite in your skin, like it feels rough and bumpy, and the stretch marks make it feel more ridgy. And today I was getting in the shower, and I noticed that my my skin just feels soft, even where my stretch marks were, and my stretch marks like have gone away. You know, I don't even. It's, you know, my skin's not flawless on my body, but they're definitely, like, I mean, they're going away and fast, and my skin is so soft. And I mean, like, I've never put, like, lotion on my skin after my showers. Like, I've been too lazy to ever do anything like that. I am a failure when it comes to being a girl, but my skin, I mean, I was like touching my stomach. I was like, wow, it's so soft, and like I would never try to like touch my stomach like that, but I tried to ignore that my stomach's there. I was like, wow, it's so nice and soft, and like everywhere, my skin, on my face, on my hands, on my arms, like I feel soft, and that's been a really incredible change. And like the other thing too, just like my teeth are whiter, my eyes are like way more sparkly. I've always had kind of glassy eyes. Like my eyes are really, really watery. I'm like, if I go outside and like a little breeze comes by, like my eyes water. So I've always had watery eyes, and so they kind of always did sparkle. But like now they're like, ah! And I'm noticing it. You know, I'm noticing it. Like, I'll go in the bathroom and look in the mirror, and I'm like, whoa, like, my eyes are, like, popping out and sparkling, and I can tell I just look happier, and I look healthier, and I have a better energy to me. And so those are the positive changes I've noticed so far, and I'm excited to see what else is coming. So, that's great. I haven't really noticed like negative changes. Aside from my detox symptoms, I can't say that there's anything negative that I've noticed. Detoxing from food is the same concept as if you were to detox from alcohol or any kind of drug. So basically what happens is, you know, when you drink, and then, you know, especially if you drink a lot, you drink and it goes through your body, it goes through your blood, and then the next day you feel kind of sick and hungover because your body is releasing that. It gets stored in your body, and now it's releasing it. So it kind of makes you feel, that's why you get hungover. So but if you were to drink every single day, you know, alcoholics don't get hangovers because they're constantly putting alcohol in, and then it's constantly coming out. So the circuit's complete. When you stop that circuit of, you know, like ingesting, releasing, you go through a detox. And it's the same thing with food, and that's why, you know, you'll hear people going on fasting or juice fasting, and that's basically what they want to do. They want to detox whatever kind of ill substances that they have in their body. I mean, my detox symptoms started on the second day that I was raw. So I mean, but you know, and it was just kind of like not necessarily a migraine, but just a you know, a kind of like a throbbing, like pressure headache. And I'm not detoxing as bad as I think a lot of people do. I've watched videos of people go raw, and like some people, like the detox is so uncomfortable for them that they just give up on it. I don't know if my detox symptoms are gonna start getting worse as time progresses. I'll have to see. But if not, I know the reason. And the reason is because I've always drank so much water. I mean, ever since I was little, I drink so much water. My water bottle, and it has this cool little like measurement thing on the side, and it's a liter. And this is what I take to work with me. I don't drink out of this all day long. This is what I keep in my purse and keep with me, and I keep it filled with water. And usually when I'm at work in a 3-hour period of time, I'll drink a whole liter of water. And that's not abnormal for me. That's how I've been my whole life. I've always stayed hydrated. I've never had a problem with staying hydrated. And that, I mean, that's a lot. That looks like a lot of water, but I mean, that's how much you really should be drinking. I mean, that's, in 3 hours, I'll drink a liter of this. And then I fill it up and I drink another liter, and I'm always drinking water. I think that that's the biggest reason why my detox symptoms are so tolerable. But aside from that, I mean, my headaches, I'm getting some constipation, which is normal. I'm getting a little, like just a little bit of gas, I think, because I'm detoxing, because, you know, it's not because of the food that I'm eating that I'm constipated. It's because my body's releasing those toxins into my bloodstream. And also, when you eat the standard American diet, your colon gets lined. It gets kind of crap in it. It just, like, the walls of your intestines, the walls of your colon, they get lined, and then it's not good for the flow. So I've had that, and that's a little, you know, but it's not as bad as when I was on the standard American diet and I would get constipation, and I got it more than I really care to admit. Other than that, I mean, I'm good. The concept behind it is that when you eat cooked foods, you are killing the food that you are eating. And it goes in your body, and it starts to rot in your stomach. That's why you get heartburn. That's why you get upset stomachs. That's why you get gas. That's why you get diarrhea, because you're eating those foods that it goes in your stomach, and then it's sitting in your stomach and going through your intestines, and it's rotting. And then when it comes out the other end, your fecal matter is brown and it smells bad because you're releasing rotten food out of your body. And so what I've been telling people and explaining this is that it's really the same thing technically as if you were to go in your garbage can and pull out yesterday's leftovers and eat them. It's just as toxic to your body. The theory behind it is, like, that's why people are getting diseases. You're putting toxins into your body, and then your body gets sick. You are diseased. You are diseased. But I think that everyone's body reacts differently. That's why some people get cancer, some people don't, even if we're all eating the same kinds of foods. And that's something that I can go more into in a later video. Probably eventually down the road, I'm gonna post more videos about information and things like that. So if you're interested in that, look it up, research it, but that's the concept behind it. It's just basically that you're not meant to eat rotten food. That's why I'm choosing to stay off the cooked foods. I am not exercising at all, and I've lost 13 pounds this week, and that seems like a lot because I know that they'll tell you, health professionals tell you, like, oh, you want to lose weight at a slow pace, and like 2 pounds a week is good, you don't want to lose weight too fast. But this is just what my body is naturally doing, okay? I am eating plenty of food. I am eating more food than I normally do. I don't exercise because I'm lazy. Eventually do want to start exercising because I know I need to, but that's just a change that I haven't made yet. This is just my first week going raw, and I've had these detox symptoms too, so even though I'm like full of energy, but I just, that's just something that is one of my things that I've never been good at, and I'm not coordinated or anything. Like, I'm a very klutzy, discombobulated person, so but I'm gonna start. I'm actually starting a class for like the next 5 weeks, starting next Tuesday. I'm gonna be doing a free workout class with my friends, so that's really cool. And so I'll be doing that. And then hopefully that'll get me more motivated to to exercise more. If you're one of those people like me where you like to eat all the time and you're lazy, well, you know, like I've lost 13 pounds, and so like that's just what my body is naturally doing. I'm not exercising. I'm eating more than I ever have in my life. I don't feel starved. I feel satisfied. I don't feel deprived. I feel great. And I think that once I do start exercising, it's only going to make things a lot better. If you're like me and you do want to lose weight, then I mean, this is definitely the route to go. Well, thanks everybody for watching my video. I know it's kind of long. Not all my videos are going to be this long, but I wanted to get a lot of those questions out of the way because I know people have been asking me, and so when they ask me from now on, I can just direct them to this video instead of having to repeat myself all the time. So if you did watch the whole thing, I appreciate it, and I'm thinking my videos in the future aren't going to be this long. I'm going to try to keep them down to like 5 minutes or so. But yeah, this was just my first one, and I wanted to talk about my story and what I'm doing and why, and yeah, and thanks everybody who's been supporting me. This has been really a huge transformation in my life. I started out doing this because, you know, it was about me. I wanted to lose weight, and it has become about so much more than that. It has become so much more about other people, inspiring other people, and I'm setting an example for people, which I didn't expect people to, you know, like be this like sincerely interested in this, and it's amazing. It's a fantastic feeling, and I love that. I never thought that people would be asking me, you know, to talk about diet and nutrition in a million years, but this is a great, you know, I feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose, and that makes me really happy and excited. So thank you everyone. I cannot even explain to you how much I appreciate your support. You know, I'm gonna keep doing this because now this isn't just about me and me wanting to have a piece of pizza. This is about me setting a good example for everybody else, and that's so motivational for me. And I know in my heart, in my mind, in my body, in my soul that I am gonna stick this out and keep on inspiring people, because it's been incredible. It's been an incredible week. My life has changed in a week, and I want that for everybody else. So I'll post another video sometime in the future, and I'll post it on my Facebook. So if you guys want to subscribe, and if you don't have a YouTube account or you don't want to subscribe or whatever, you'll see it. It'll be on my Facebook. So thanks so much everybody for listening. I love you. Bye.